Good morning students, I am Shomajit sir. Today I am here to deliver my lecture on topic filtration. This is from the chapter Is Matter Around Us Pure? So watch the entire video lecture to gain basics out of it. So without any delay, let's start with the topic filtration from the chapter Is Matter Around Us Pure? So let's start. So let's start with the topic filtration. Now here we'll see how a mixture is to be separated. Alright, separation of mixture. So the method to be used for separating a mixture depends on the nature of its constituent. Alright, here are few to separate various constituents of a mixture. So here I'll show a few ways to separate the constituent of mixture, and the method used for separating a mixture depends on the nature of its constituent. So it depends upon the nature of its constituent, whether it is a solid separation, whether it is a solid liquid separation, or whether it is a liquid separation. Okay, so in the last class I have already discussed about the solid separation. Now filtration. What is filtration? Filtration is a process in which the solute and the solvent are separated by using a filter paper. Okay, so what is filtration? Filtration is a process in which the solute and solvent are separated by using a filter paper. So the differences, alright, so the difference in the solubility of the constituent is used to separate them in the process. So the differences in the solubility, alright, so the differences in the solubility of the constituent will be used to separate them. Basically it is used to separate insoluble substances from the liquid. So it basically separates the insoluble substances from liquid. The substance which is not soluble and remains behind on the filter paper is called residue. So what is residue? The substances which is not soluble and remains behind on the filter paper is called residue, while the one which is filtered out is called filtrate. So whenever you are, for example, whenever you are taking a sand and a water, so sand and water can be separated by the process of filtration. So how it can be done? When the sand and water are there, and you take a filter paper and if you filtrate that, the sand is the particles of the sand are, the weight of them and the size of the sand is higher, isn't it? Is bigger than the pores of the filter paper. That's why the sand will remain in the filter paper. It will not pass through the filter paper, whereas the water will pass through it. So sand remains above the filter paper, so that is a residue, and water here is a filtrate. So you can see the steps of separation of sand and water. You can see here a liquid and insoluble solid. So liquid is a water that I have taken, and insoluble solid is a sand that I have taken. Then you can see a filter funnel is there. All right, one funnel is there on, and inside the funnel there is a filter paper. So whenever you pour the liquid and the insoluble solid, consider a sand and a water, the sand will remain on top of the filter paper. It will not pass through the filter paper, or it will not pass to the pore of the filter paper, because the pore of the filter paper are very small and minute, whereas the size of the sands are bigger. But you can see in the filtrate, you can see the droplets of water is being filtered. So filtered liquid, you can see it's passing, and then the container is getting filled. All right, so this is a process of filtration, where once more I'm telling that example. I've taken sand and water. So when sand and water are mixed, and when they are filtered in the filter paper, all right, so you can see the sand will remain on top of the filter paper, whereas the filtrate, that is liquid, will pass through it. So this is the process of filtration. Now student, these are the homework question. Write the experiment of separation of sand and water from mixture. So you have to write, you have to copy down this experiment, how you can separate a mixture of sand and water, and you have to draw this diagram of filtration. You have to draw this diagram of filtration. You copy with your pencil. All right, you'll draw it with pencil and label with pencil. So thank you students. This was all about the entire video lecture. I have discussed about the topic filtration. This was from the chapter Is Matter Around Us Pure. Hope you have understood the video lecture. So stay at home, stay safe. I am Shomujit sir signing off for today, and again we'll meet in the next class. Thank you students.